Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast, where we discuss the topics on happiness, success, full potential. I put happiness first because if you cannot be happy, what else is there? A lot of times we think that it is the things, and we think that it's the events that is what is it. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. But it's much more than that. And I was having a discussion with a great friend of mine yesterday. We were having a really good discussion on this topic briefly. And we were talking about how we were trained and how we were socialized. We were talking about what we were, led to believe and how we thought about it coming out of school. And I'll tell you a little bit about more about that as we go along. But welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. And it's always a pleasure having you here. And just so many people support, share, send answers, send questions, give me their comments. A couple of people attack me, which is really good. Criticisms are awesome. Not everybody will agree, and I don't need everybody to agree. I'm not the authority on life. Everybody's still learning, and everybody goes through life sharing their experiences and figuring things out. But a lot of times it's not so much the golden thing that you can get from what somebody's teaching, but how you can think about something differently from someone else's experience. And then you'll be able to say, wow, okay, if that person can, or if that person did this, maybe if I do this, or maybe if I do this a little different, then I can figure it out. But we all need templates. That's why we can talk. That's why we can walk. That's why we can do a lot of things, because we saw it and we get a chance to be exposed to it throughout our lives. So yesterday, yes, I was having a really good discussion with a great friend yesterday who, was saying to her that everything about our objectives when we were growing up is about the thing that you can get. So we weren't raised to focus on happiness and fulfillment and contribution. What was planted in us is trying to get to the car, the apartment, the status, the things, the big screen TV, the living it up on a Friday night. That's what we're after. And if you work that backwards, it was about getting the money. So you will get into circles and you'll see and you hear people talking about, oh, I hear they pay well at this company. Oh, I hear they pay better in this profession, and this profession will give you the status, and this profession will make you look good, and this company will make you be able, will enable you to travel and to get all these perks. And everything is about the thing that you could get from it, whether some form of material thing or some form of ego pampering thing. So all of that was the goal, and it was so entrenched in us that something my friend was making is that it's so entrenched that you get out there and you get into a job, and no matter how disgusting it is, no matter how unhappy you are, no matter how unhealthy you are becoming, no matter how much it pulls you away from your family, no matter how much it turns you into a monster, into a total a-hole, no matter how it does that, you're hanging on to it because you have used your need to have material stuff and to protect your social status to drown out your own personal well-being, your happiness, your fulfillment, and you almost are in silent desperation because somehow you need help, somehow you need to pull yourself out, somehow you need to feel fulfilled, somehow you need to stop getting sick from all this toxicity, but you hang on to the same old thing that is giving you this result. And you go further. You're seeking the promotion, and you suddenly, and human beings have a really, really good ability to do that, to suddenly suppress their core desires and suppress their core needs to fit this instant gratification. The ability to be able to have 3 people to be their boss, or 25 people, and to go and rain on them every day and push them around and show who's the boss and hold them accountable and get these numbers and be number 5 today in the company, and be number 6 and number 1 tomorrow in sales, and all these fictitious instant gratification things that we build up, and we find a way to use those, chase those every day, get that shot like a drug addict, getting that shot of high, and numb us for today, and then tomorrow we need another numbing because something is down there deep in our spirit brewing, something is eating away at our life and our happiness, eating away at it. And because of that, we have to be numbing ourselves. So we don't leave work, we don't pay attention to the family, because we're like addicts trying to get the next fix of something that will make us feel important and make us feel like we are accomplished. And we are sick, we're overweight, we are stressed, we are depressed, we are becoming psychopaths. Because we are kicking the can down the road, and we are using every diversion strategy to numb ourselves out of what is brewing in our spirit. And ultimately, 55, 60, it starts to kick in, and we become regretful, desperate, and sick, tired, and lost. Some people go on to commit suicide. Some people end up eating themselves to death. Some people end up gambling, drinking, and some people become a moron, just trampling on everything they can get to trample until their lives dissipates. That's what happened. That's where that materialistic, ego-centric thing is going. The life that is materialistic, and that's exactly where it's going, because it has no meaning. And you're not a boss, a father, a husband, a coach, a lawyer, a doctor, a engineer, are social animals. There's something in our spirit. There's something in us that's going to bring us to reality when it comes on to who we are. You cannot silence the spirit for a very long time. So it will come upon you. It will come back to haunt you. The idea that we were trained in this way, we must break it. We must somehow realize that, look, I have the car, I have the apartment, but where's my life? Cars and stuff like that. And it never, because I was into the car business for a long time, but it never usually end up in a car argument. It's usually end up in a like kind of common sense argument, because they want to buy this car and they want to buy that car. And what do you think? I'm like, how often do you use the car? They say, well, you know, it's your car. And I say, I'm like, yes, but it's a tool. So I'm asking you, how often do you use it? Yeah, what does it have to do with anything? I'm just asking if, yeah, but I want to know. How often do you use it? What do you use it for? They say, okay, well, I'm like, break down your weekly. Mostly I go to 25 minutes. You park it all day. All day. And you leave work at 5, 6, 8, whatever. 25 minutes again. You park it all that. So here's something that you will use for per day, an average of half an hour. For the week, to what's that? 4 hours, and then you go on the weekend, put it 5 hours. So you're using this 5 hours a week. That's 20 hours a month. That's not even the day yet. 20 hours is not even the day. 20 hours a month for the year. You use it for 200 hours. That is like maybe a week, or if you want to tap 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or call it a month. So here you are getting into $1,000 payment, a $500 or $700 payment per month, for something you don't even use that much. So what do you want to do? Do you want to break that in two and get a simpler car, or you don't need a mode of transportation, you need a social status? Because it's different. If you're buying status, it's okay. You know, if you're buying status, then that's what it is. Because you just admit that, look, I want to look good and I want to look like I'm important, so I need a European car, you know, to get the status that comes with it. You can do that, but just admit that that's what you're doing. Don't behave as if you're looking only a means of transportation, because if you're looking only a means of transportation, then that's what you do. You just get a means of transportation, something that's reliable and something that's not costing you bleeding or throwing your money out the window, and so that you can use it to do more meaningful. And doing all this sort of stuff to impress people. And in all that, during that process, you've lost who you are. You're confused. You're all over the place, and you never stop. Because who you are, don't think it's just going to come to you. You have to stop to absorb it, to listen, to pay attention, and to identify it in a real practical way. To say, okay, you know, I'm lousy in the mornings, or, you know, I'm awesome in the mornings, and yeah, I don't mind being around people, or wow, I love being around people, or, and you avoid who you are, and you go the other way, then hey, what's gonna happen? You're gonna be lost, wondering, why am I feeling this way? Why am I not fulfilled? Why does life have any meaning? What's this here? What's this all about? Oh boy. And then you find people start to cop out and start to get regressive and confused, and they're like, oh, I'm just living for the kids. Oh boy, life is rough and life really moves fast, you know, before you know it. And there's everything that justifying their excuse for why they're not living a better life. Oh boy, life is so sad. Why don't we just do this is short? You know, my friend Tom just died, and you know, it hit me hard, and I just realized that, boy, you know, you just have to live your life and be thankful for every day, and everything that doesn't suggest a powerful, meaningful life. Everything that is a cop-out, you find so many people end up in. So all this to get to the point of, you know, like, oh, look, and you rumble along and all over the place. But it's a real lesson to teach. But I'm just showing that all this to the point of people not understanding and settling down to understanding what they want out of life and how to make their lives meaningful. Like a whole drove of people. That's why do you think everybody's following everybody who's following somebody who's going nowhere? Everything is the same. Because people don't know who they are. They don't want to take the time to stop and do it. They are victims of the common impulses, and as a result, they're like, oh yeah, what is he doing? What app is on his phone? Oh yeah, this guy says that this is the new trend, and they don't even like it. They don't even want it. Oh yeah, you know, these cars, I see them everywhere. And it is all about following the other person, and then you are lost. And you're wondering why you're lost. Because the other person is lost also, and the people who you're following is lost. So you had the January person is a different person in June, and then in December you're different, and you wear your hair this way, and then you all of a sudden you don't like it this way, and you think it's like you're just tired of it. No, you're not tired of it. You're tired of, the other people have stopped doing it. So you're ready to move on with them again because you're following somebody. You're not yourself. You're not yourself. And I'm just so passionate about this that, I mean, like, I just want to make you realize that unless you settle down to your core, you'll find yourself doing that. Oh, this is a thing that's good for winter now. Everybody's wearing this. It's uncomfortable. Everybody's doing it, but your body doesn't fit it. And You don't like it. Oh, the people are eating over there and it's this new Chinese. You don't like Chinese food. Why are you going there? Like, stop following everybody and doing what they're doing, because, you know, I was at this place once and everybody was telling me, I was just telling my wife that everybody was telling me a couple of years ago about this food place that is down the... No, I'm not a foodie. I appreciate good food. And, you know, I don't think people get it when I explain this. Like, for example, I always tell people this, and oftentimes I say it. I don't like to sleep. I respect rest. So I know that I have to go and rest. But whenever I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about, okay, let me just get the sleep out the way and go get what I have to get done tomorrow. That's fine. That's me. I'm not saying anything is wrong with sleep. If you love sleep, that's okay. That's you. I'm just saying it's not me. So I'm not forcing myself to love the thing, because I know who I am and I'm not trying to follow anybody or to fit into a conversation. That's me. Same thing with food. I appreciate food. I go and eat. All that stuff. But I'm not a foodie. There are people who love food. That's okay. That's another discussion. You love food. That's fine. It's all right. Appreciate it. Enjoy stuff in life. Everybody's different. So there are these people telling me about this nice fancy restaurant that everybody loves and it's down the road and you should try it for lunch. I was telling my wife that I drive past there every day. I don't even know what the name of the restaurant, what it looks like, what they serve in there. I've never seen the bloody building, for crying out loud. Because it doesn't matter to me. But most people, oh yeah, let me go try it. There's a new place that everybody's talking about. I have to go see it now. There's a new thing that everybody... You know what? Like, if it's not you, it's not you. And it is the act, it is the habit, it is the tendency of doing that, of trailing behind society and picking up everything that they're doing and following and doing all these crap that is causing so many people to lose themselves. That's what's happening. You are losing yourself and you don't know who you are, and you're heading to catastrophe and to a horrible, regretful life because you have never stopped to decide what you want. You're just wanting what other people want, and the people who you're following, who you are wanting what they want, don't know what they want because they're following somebody else. And what it is causing is a race to the bottom. That's what you're in. You're in a race to the bottom, keeping up, following, doing everything else that everybody else is doing. Everybody's doing stores now, so let me do stores. And everybody's doing that now, and everybody's doing that now. And you've not identified anything that truly resonates with you. You're not doing what's resonating with you. You're just following the crowd. And following the crowd is leading you nowhere except to unhappiness, to the bottom. Because you are living outside of yourself, because you don't have the time to stop to find out yourself. So you're just picking up someone else's path and following their path. You're not in your lane. You're not on your path. You're not going to your destination because you have not stopped to figure it out. And the social pressures and the laziness and the ease and the comfort zone is leading you down. Everybody in the office eats at the same place. Everybody in the office buy the same stuff. Everybody in the office know the same deals. Everybody in the office goes to the same mall. Hang out at the same place. You don't even like it, but you're doing it because everybody else is going. Everybody hangs out on a Friday. How come you're not there? And everybody comes on, how come you're not there? You're being a snob. You're being antisocial. Everybody hangs out here on a Friday and you don't come. I guess I better just go because they say they hang out there. So, you know, I don't want them to think I'm this and that. I hate hanging out anyway. I'd prefer to stay home and work on this animated series that I'm working on, or work on this book, or work on this side hustle, or figure out my Facebook ads, or figure out my business, or take the kids to the movies, or just have quiet moments, watch a movie and read a book and go to bed. But you know what? They're saying I'm antisocial, so you know what? I'm just gonna go out there every Friday night. I can't take Mike, I can't take Jane. I hate the way Paul behaves, but I'm just gonna go anyway because I don't. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to fit in to something that doesn't fit you. And you get into the habit of doing that. You go to school, you do it. You go to work, you do it. You go to the gym, you do it. And you keep doing this thing till all of a sudden, you know what happened when you squeeze something into a space that that it doesn't fit, that's not the same shape? It get bent out of shape. It get busted. It's squeezed. It's broken. And then you know what? They become unattractive, and they've lost their true effect, and they can't fit into anywhere because they have been trying to fit into so many different places. It's like a screw, a bolt. The threading is gone because you're trying to put it into all the things that it doesn't fit into, and then all of a sudden it cannot fit into anything because it has lost its true shape and form. That's what's happening to most people. So the message this morning: stop trying to fit in. Find your own path and the courage to pursue your own path. Because there's that set of people too who have found their path but don't have the courage to pursue it. They're like, yeah, I know I should be doing that, but what are people gonna say? What's my mom gonna say? The in-laws are so awful. Next thing they come attack my spouse and say this and that about me. Let me put this on. Let me buy this so when I go there, they don't think I'm X or they don't think I'm that. Or let me just talk about this topic in a certain way. Let me spend 5 hours learning about this so I can outspeak or outfact my father-in-law or my mother. Come on, grow up, be you. And that's the goal. That's the most important path to happiness, being yourself. So if you find the courage to detest average and to detest the fact that you have to fit in, to detest that you have to follow what society is doing and follow the matrix and follow all these other going nowhere stuff, then it's going to be bad for you. So break your comfort zone. Stop trying to fit into everything and do you for once in your life and see how refreshing it feels in 2 months. Just do what you feel comfortable doing, because all of us have that intuition, that internal navigational system. It kills me to watch people who are excellent, who are just naturals at something, living in a mode that is totally opposite what they are called to do or what they should be doing. And you watch them get it so happy and getting into character and being so pumped up and full of life doing this thing. But then in 2 days or 2 minutes, they go back to the whole trifling, following others' way, and you see them looking old again and depressed and suppressed and complaining and whining again. All because they don't have the courage to say, wow, I feel so good doing this. I know I have to pay the bills. I know I have to get by. But what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to learn more about this. I'm going to do a little of it every day. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try to earn from it. I'm going to try to learn how other people have done it, so that one day this is the only thing I'll do. And I won't have to kill myself or stifle my spirit doing that stupid thing that I complain about every day and spend half the day doing it and the other half complaining or being stressed out from doing it. Have a good day, guys. Always a pleasure. It's a nice little ramble that I take you on this morning, but the message is, don't fit in. Blaze your own trail. Be your own person. Stay in your own lane. Choose your own path. Travel the road less traveled. Thank you.